Rush about headlong like that, and you may just take a tumble.
Wow! It's just like I remember!
Is it really now? You were only wee high when we left, you know. I feared you might forget this place.
No way! I could never forget this smell. But it kinda smells like a dog now.
Oh, the old place hasn't had anyone to look after it in quite some time. The posts and floorboards are all warped. Oh, and look up there. Even the roof is coming down.
Yeah, neat! We can see the stars at night!
From today, this little place will be our home again. I'm not getting any younger. Even if I take the boat out, I won't be able to bring in the catch I used to. We'll have to tighten our belts on some nights. I hope you understand.
Uh-huh. I want to live here again, where we all live together. Mom and Dad and you and me. I'll help out lots and work really hard, and you won't have to, okay?
I bet you would. You sure know how to warm an old man's heart. Let's give it our all.
Oh, such passion, such fire and vigor, they move me so. I fear I may be overcome with tears. Stop! I am not a rat girl. Please, in what world could you mistake such a gentleman as this for the lowly rat?
Arutus Profiteur, Merchant of Death, holder of the Merchant Asterisk. This charlatan chairman was up to no good in Ansheim until Idia and her friends blew his money-making schemes out of the desert. While his ample coffers used to do all the talking, he now finds himself in the red, struggling to rebuild his fortunes. By what strange trick of fate do your paths cross anew?
Who are you? And what are you doing here, huh? This is our house.
Yes, yes! Oh, I know! I've been waiting here so very long for your return, yes?
What's going on here? Stop harassing these poor, innocent people!
Oh, if it isn't Idia, perhaps you need a refresher on what harassment looks like.
Holly White, the sadistic healer, holder of the White Mage Asterisk. She worked briefly alongside Idia when they served together in the Eternian Sky Knights. Despite her role as a healer, she has a streak of sadism a mile wide and seems in little hurry to relieve the pain of her allies. By what strange trick of fate do your paths cross anew?
Indeed! This is negotiation, not harassment. I was in the act of kindly explaining to this old man the ways of the business world. Then in comes rushing this violent woman. So nearly was a deal sealed, and you dashed the whole thing to pieces. Fa!
Deal? Negotiations? It looked like plain old swindling from where I stand. Arutus Profiteur, you are a filthy, scheming robber baron.
Robber baron? What slander! And from this sadistic white mage, Holly White.
Push me again and you'll find yourself under the heel of my boot, you little rat!
Oh!
See? Frightful woman. Oh, even the most beautifully framed points cannot withstand such noisome interruptions. I shall retreat for now, for dignity's sake. But I suggest you consider my offer, old man.
Where do you think you're going?
Oh, research, preparation, there is so much to do. I bid you all ta-ta for now.
Don't you dare leave me behind! I haven't finished with you yet, Ratface!
Oh, wait a second, you two! Oh, geez, they're already gone.
What in the world was that all about? Negotiations about what?
He said he had an interest in this place.
This crumbling old shack? But why?
Shack, eh? I suppose that is what it must look like. This is our home.
Oh, beg your pardon.
I was born to a long line of fishermen. This house has belonged to our family for generations, as has the bounty of this bay. But when my son and his wife lost their lives in the war, I took their daughter and fled for safer shores. When I received word that the war had ended, my granddaughter and I hastened back here. We arrived just days ago, only to find...
That strange little man going he in the corner. Ew. And what did he have to say?
Once he heard that the house belonged to us, he told us to sell it to him and leave.
He wants you to abandon your home? What value could it hold for him?
If you were to believe him, he claimed that it was for the good of the nation. Then we were interrupted by that miss in white. As the man spoke his piece, she flew into a frightful rage. She seized him by the lapels and shook him about like a limp fish, threatening him with some colorful language. More talk about us leaving this place and more quarreling, my poor granddaughter crying. Honestly, my mind is a whirl from it all.
I think I've got the picture. Now I know for sure that those two were causing you trouble. It looks like I'll have to find out for myself what they're up to. Wait here, Gramps. We'll be back.
Oh, Magnolia's on kitchen detail today.
Hey, Magnolia. Is it ready yet? My belly's growling up a storm. All done, and moi. All done now. Sorry it took so long.
Well, I'm sure it'll be worth the wait. So, what'd you make?
I don't know that much about cooking, so I just tossed all my favorite things together.
That sounds like something Idia would do.
Please, no more talk. Food. Now! Voila! Garlic fried rice over rice. With a topping of sautéed garlic rice. But that's not all.
Magnolia, what was the topping?
For a side dish, I have onion fried rice. And for variety, rice pilaf.
Magnolia, that sounds great, but isn't that a lot of rice?
Oui, my very first full-course meal. I wasn't sure I could pull it off, but I did. Now dig in before it gets cold.
Right.
I remembered you saying you liked breaded potato with rice. That was my inspiration. Carbs on carbs with carbs on the side, all in perfect harmony. And you said you like bread with your pasta, oui?
Well, I did, and I do, but rice on rice?
This is good. Have you tasted the garlic yet?
Idia, you already started.
You heard the girl eat before it gets cold. Look, it's the same thing as having potatoes and rice or noodles and bread. I love this onion fried rice. Not sticky at all. And the rice pilaf is so flavorful. Now I've got a hankering for tomato rice and risotto. I bet they'd go really well with this. Exactement! I was gonna make them too, but I ran out of frying pans. It's okay. It's still delicious. You know how to cook rice, that's for sure. 3 kinds of fried rice in one meal. Talk about originality, and the execution is amazing. Come on, Tiz. Stop sitting there like a wet cabbage and dig in. You want to let Magnolia's efforts go to waste?
Right. I guess not.
It seems this town is faring better than I might have feared. Let us see. Where to start?
Just what are you trying to do here?
Research, of course. Market research. I must know what it is this country's people want and what they have to sell. Ah, it is you. Came rushing after me?
Of course we did. What are you really after? Trying to run those two out of their home?
Trying to line his own pockets, no doubt. This little rat doesn't think of anything else.
Indeed, I do not. Money, money, money. Nothing could fill me with more joy. Hey, wait a minute.
Holly!
It's obvious this money grubber thinks there's some profit to be made from that shack.
Well, that I cannot deny.
What could you possibly gain from deceiving that family? Be careful with your words, or this world will soon have one less rat in it.
Deceive, you say? You do not flatter me. I only sought to include them in a little venture that would earn us all a pretty pig.
And what kind of venture would that be exactly?
Oh, I hope you're prepared for this, girl. I intend to buy up all the land around that inlet and turn a neat little profit in the process.
You want to buy up the entire inlet? That's quite ambitious.
That inlet connects this country to the world, the east to the west, and it will be the biggest port of trade anywhere when I am done with it.
So that's why. And now you're researching what products this nation has to offer.
Indeed, I am. Not that this is going as quickly as I should hope.
Oh? Ran into some trouble, did you?
It seems there are more people in this country than I expected who claim to have fond memories of that inlet.
You'd have to do a great deal of construction, wouldn't you? To transform it into a real harbor. Filling shallows, regrading the cliffs.
I have tried over and over to convince them, but some cling quite stubbornly to their objections. Exhibit A.
Oh, aye! That inlet is blessed with the best scenery. Developing a natural wonder like that?
Alabash! His teeth! They flew!
As long as I've still got breath in me, I'll never allow you to turn that place into some grimy, grungy port.
Here you go, sir.
Thank you, lad.
Yes, yes, yes! You can say that again. Reclaiming a beautiful site like that inlet for a smelly old port. It's a travesty!
So it seems. Is that what you're here for, Profiteur? To let everyone rail at you?
Let them say what they wish. For my next errand, I think I shall take in the sights at the Eisen Bridge.
Sure you're not headed on a fool's errand?
We shall see who is a fool in the end. Ta-ta!
So Profiteur is trying to buy up that whole area to develop the inlet into a port. But what about you, Holly? Why are you so set on keeping his hands off that old house?
Do you even need to ask? Sometimes I wonder if there's anything at all between those two ears of yours. Surely everyone loves their childhood home, no matter how humble it may be. Did you even look at that girl's face? That naive, honest yearning. I felt like I was looking at myself as a child.
Come again?
What would you do then? An old man and his granddaughter, scarred from their losses during the war, and about to start a new life together in their old home. And here comes some speculator to force them out, all because he thinks there might be some profit to be made.
Sure, I understand all that. I just don't understand it coming from you.
No, I suppose you wouldn't.
The devastation is even worse than I expected.
This place is always a site of conflict. During the Civil War, and now again.
Of course, it is this country's major thoroughfare.
Such places are always the first to be targeted in war, desperately fought over until all is laid to waste.
I have seen what I came to see. Onward, onward.
Already? What about your research?
Look at this bridge, girl. The picture is worth 1,000 words.
Hey, wait!
Oh, I see. Yes, indeed. And?
What are you doing?
Huh? Research, obviously. And it is going well. So if you would kindly butt out.
Nothing at all from Eisen Bridge. Everyone hates your plans. Oh yeah, going great. I can tell.
Do I detect a hint of sarcasm? Tell me, young man, what is this country most lacking?
What is it not lacking? It's a barren waste, thanks to the volcanoes, and you think all those wars helped? Take a look at the bridge. People, produce, nothing can get across there. Whether it's growing crops or mining for ore, the labor shortage makes any enterprise hopeless. Materials, money, manpower, motivation. There's nothing we aren't lacking around here.
A vicious spiral.
But before, everyone said...
That is the difference between old men without long left and young men who must now make their way in the world.
One stuck living in the past, and the other looking to the future.
From my observations, it seems that the Eisen Bridge will not be operational for quite some time. So, if the roads overland are close to you, why not turn your eyes to the sea,
Like developing a trade port in the inlet? Yeah, that would really get things moving. Other countries would be clamoring for our jewels and the fruits of our mining.
And people flocking to the new port from overseas would take care of your pesky labor shortage,
C'est vrai. The little man with the funny accent has a point.
I know some fellas who'd be right on board with something like this. Will you come talk to them?
Most gladly. I will explain everything from the ground up. Call everyone you can think of.
Hold it right there. Aren't you getting ahead of yourself? You say it's for the nation's economy, but that doesn't mean that those two... The old man from the shack? What are you doing all the way out here? And looking like you've seen a ghost.
Oh, it's you! Please, have any of you seen my granddaughter?
Whatever's the matter, sir?
This note. I found it this morning.
I'm going to work in Heartschild so we can stay in our house.
No way! That little girl left all on her own?
What sort of work does she hope to find? Oh, I know that girl. She was going around everywhere asking for a job. I told her in this economy, the best she'll find is hunting for scrap ore in the mithril mines. Wait, you don't think... She wouldn't. You don't think she really went to the mines?
What have you done? My poor girl!
Didn't the mithril mine run dry 2 years ago?
I sure thought so.
Well, yes, but recently it has begun producing mithril again. It is only the scantest amount, but in terms of economic recovery, that is what you call a mithril opportunity.
You don't care about anything, do you? Just so long as you turn a profit.
Shut it! That is all this country has right now. What else can these people do, huh? Yes? Go on. Tell me your grand scheme.
My plan is not to leave a little girl wandering alone in that hellish maze. I'm going after her.
Come on, everyone. We have to hurry.
Pull yourself together.
They said the job paid well, but no one said anything about monsters.
Fool, you can't make money if you're dead.
Oh no. The new girl doesn't know a thing about mining. She went further in.
No, she can't be.
Holly, wait!
We must hurry as well.
Yeah!
Idia, I haven't seen any sign of her. Where could she be? Where could she have run off to?
Holly?
When I look at that old man and his granddaughter, it's like looking back at myself as a child. After losing both my parents to the Great Plague, it was just me and my grandfather. The crops failed year after year. Finally, my grandfather decided to give up and look for work in the city. He sold the house and the farm, all for my sake. But this is no time to dwell on the past. I have to find that girl! Idia, did you find her? I see. She's not here either. She's somewhere in these tunnels, all alone. Alone and afraid. We have to find her, and quickly!
Holly, are you...
When my grandfather and I first moved to the city, everything went so well. We lived in a beautiful house, and I received the best education money could buy. I wanted for nothing, and yet I was alone. My grandfather was consumed with his business. It was like he was another person altogether. A person who had forgotten about me. Then one day, what am I doing, reliving the past here? There's no time to lose!
Holly...
I have to hurry. I have to find her. It's no use, Idia. I can't find her anywhere. That poor girl is all alone, with no one to help her, to hold her.
Holly!
When my grandfather died, I was left all alone in that grand, empty, echoing house. The business passed into someone else's hands, and I went back to my childhood home. But there was nothing there. No one. Not a soul was left. Of course, this was years before the Grand Marshal's airship soared through the skies of Eternia. Look, another victim of your vaunted economic recovery.
I wasn't meant to die in a place like this.
Are you all right? Take a deep breath. In, out. Don't strain yourself. Once we get you outside, there will be plenty of fresh air for you to breathe.
Hand him here. I will take him to the entrance.
Money, money, money. All these people risking everything for money. Is that all their lives are worth? Is this the recovery you're dreaming of? Is this the cost of rebuilding a nation? It may not buy feasts and finery, but isn't it better just to live together as long and as happily as you can? For that old man and his granddaughter, isn't a modest life together better than an affluent one apart?
Listen, even I... never mind. We must hurry it. Oh, here she is! Oh, you are well, child. There's no injuries. Oh, if anything were to happen to the precious granddaughter of a dear business associate. Come, let us be gone from this horrible place. I will personally escort you to safety. Come, right this way.
After all this, you still have designs on that old man and his land.
Why would that have changed? My recovery plan will save this country!
How can you even say that after what you put them through?
The girl coming here was not my doing.
Of course it was. You're the one who tried to take her home from her.
Ugh, do not conflate matters. You know, shrieking like that will only give you more wrinkles.
Huh? Say that again? I couldn't hear you over the grinding sound coming from under my heel.
Ow, ow, oh, my foot! Oh, do not twist.
Oh, knock it off, you two! Can't you see you're scaring her? Look, I'll take care of the rest. You two just get out of here. Now! Granddad!
Oh, my sweet child. You're not hurt. Thank heaven. Oh, thank heaven.
Go on now! Chew!
Miss Idia, I will kindly ask you not to say anything beyond your expertise.
Finally.
But what to do? Perhaps we should abandon our home after all.
You mean just move away to some place we don't even know, Granddad?
Will I even be able to support her in some strange land where I don't know left from right? What should I do? What will be best for my dear girl?
It's a tough choice. Even if it's for the good of the nation, you shouldn't have to give up the home you love, right? But if they do give it up, their war-torn homeland will have the chance to get back on its feet. What would I do in their shoes? I think you should sell your land to Profiteur, for your country's sake. I see what Holly's saying, but I just don't think she's right about this one. Take the money that Profiteur is offering, and move to a nice house in Heartschild or somewhere. It's the best thing for you and your granddaughter. Don't you think?
Of course. Surely, you must be right.
Did you just say what I think you said, you bubble-headed naive?
Whoa!
I just can't let my guard down with you around, can I? I thought you understood, Idia, but you still don't get it, do you? Profiteur's plans for this country's recovery will only make the rich richer and the poor poorer. These two, the workers in this mine, they'll never be able to crawl their way out of poverty. Are you really that blind? Ah, of course. Tell me, how much is that little rat paying you? He's playing you for fools. How clueless can you be?
Oh yeah? About what?
You've heard the rumors floating about the seas these days, right? They say some little rat has been paying visits to the foulest sorts, and he hasn't been going empty-handed either. Pirates, ex-sailors turned mercenary, the scurviest sorts imaginable. And what do you think they're planning? An honest, on-the-up-and-up trading post? Don't make me laugh!
But that would mean... Right, the post will need dock hands, miners. Those rough-and-tumble types would make for a formidable workforce.
Having people like that around would make the seas safe from pirates and boost trade even further.
By developing that inlet as a trade center, this nation might truly flourish again. This girl could look forward to a bright future.
What are you even thinking? And you defile this beautiful spectacle of nature?
Spectacle of nature? Well, that's the first time I've heard anyone describe those lava-caked rocks as a
Don't interrupt me, old man. Just don't sell your home. Got it? Look, it's for your own sake and your granddaughter's. Don't any of you see that? Why won't you just listen to what I have to say for once, Idia? Oh, I get it. You need more convincing. Then I guess you won't object if I backhand some sense into you! Why am I wasting my breath? You never got it, and you never will. Then we'll just have to move straight on to discipline. Get out here, girls. These buffoons need a dose of reality. Let's take good care of them. Why am I always surrounded by stubborn oxen? Well, I'll show you how I deal with oxen. You're looking at the former saving grace of the Eternian Sky Knights. White Mage Holly White! Assume the position! People should live in a way that suits them. Live above what suits you or below. You'll only end up miserable. I suppose you types born into wealth and privilege will never get it. Eris, my boys, Grandpa, why have you all gone and left me? I will not forget this!
Granddad! I was so scared!
There, child. I'm sorry for putting you through such an ordeal. There's no need to worry any longer. I'm going to sell that old house and take you someplace where we can live a fine life.
You're going to sell our house?
If we just give up that house, we'll be able to live an easy life together for the rest of our days.
But that's our home! The home we shared with Mom and Dad!
I know, child. But there's no sense in staying there if it's just gonna lead to more pain and strife.
No! I don't want to leave again! If you want to go on your own!
No, wait, child! Well, I fear you've seen the worst of us now. My.
What is all this? First that sentimental sadist and then the little girl both go running past me? Oh, so you've been convinced to sell the house? Fantastic! I shall owe you for this, Miss Idia. And a profiteur always pays his debts.
Thanks, but I didn't do it for you. I did it for the people of this nation.
Now, once we get back to the city, we will have you sign over the deed to that house, and...
I know. But you'd better be sure you can pull this plan off for my granddaughter and all of the children.
You can count on me. You have picked the winning horse in this race, don't you worry.
That reminds me. We had a letter come for you.
Eh? For me? From whom? The former King Cammer the Edge? What is this? I defaulted on a loan which I had secured using your name. A very large one. So sorry, yours, Cammer. What? That incompetent, pompous! How could he be so reckless? And now, of all times when I need the funds! I am afraid that I have urgent business to attend to. I will have to leave this country for a short while, but fear not, I will return. Now, if you will pardon me, there is a certain metal-clad cad I must be seeing.
I sure hope I made the right call.
Now work can begin on the new trade port, and this nation can get back on the road to recovery. Kids like that little girl can look forward to a bright future here when they grow up.
Yeah, let's hope.